In this video, I want to go through segment and angle constructions, and these are really kind of the backbone tools of geometry. So I want to show you how to measure angles, create congruent angles, create congruent segments, and do some bisecting as well. There are several kinds of compasses. In my classroom, I've got these, which the point of the compass is here, and then you've got this piece that slides and has a lock on it. These work really well, and these are called safety compasses for you third graders out there. But I'm going to show you how to use this kind and the traditional point compass and some other tools as well. Okay, so first thing we want to look at is using a protractor. So in Smart Notebook, I have a little protractor here. Voila! I'm going to pull it out, and with a protractor, again, what I'm trying to do here is just measure an angle. So the key part of this, no matter how you measure, clockwise or counterclockwise, is to put the vertex right here. Okay, so it doesn't matter which way your angle is, just put the vertex right there. And then if I want to read from the clockwise direction, that's the outer ring. If I want to read on the counterclockwise direction, it's the inner ring. So in this video, let's just use the counterclockwise direction, the inner ring. Oh, that's shrinking it. Let me see if I can just rotate it. There we go. We're going to rotate it here, and I'm going to put that right on 0. So you can see right here, this is 0. That means I am reading this mark. Now let's see. This one might have a little funky feature. I'm curious how it's going to work. Didn't want to move it. Well, anyway, here we go. I think you get the idea here. I can grab this. Now this has an automatic feature. Look how fancy that is. Whoa, it does the math for you. You love it, right? When I go right there, it says that was a 107-degree angle, right? And you see how that works? So it's 107 degrees. Let's just write that right there. So we're going to say 107 degrees. I think you get the point. You could also, read it the other way, but whatever. All right. Next thing I want to talk about, the Greeks, just so you, in case you didn't know, were obsessed with perfection. If you look at their architecture, kind of the sense of design, everything was perfect, parallel, the correct size, proportions. They were obsessed with perfection. And they didn't even have a protractor. They didn't even have a ruler. And that is, to me, what's so amazing. All they had was a straight edge, something that's very straight, and a compass. And with those tools, they created their civilization. So let's take out a compass, and again, this is a traditional point compass, and let's try to do some of these things. Okay, the first thing I want to show you is how to draw a congruent segment. So I have a little segment here, AB. You can see the directions are also listed on the left-hand side. I'm just going to walk through it. So I've got a little segment AB. I want to make a congruent segment. Well, first thing we need to do is draw a point. So with your pencil or pen, draw a point. We're going to label that point D. And then from point D, we're going to draw a ray. Using our straight edge, we're going to draw a ray. Okay? Now that I've got that, what I need to do is put the point of my compass on point A. Uh-oh. It's out of range. Warning. Hey, I'll do it backwards. Why not? I'll put the point of my compass on B. Now I'll rotate it around. I'll move my picture out of the way. Rotate it around, and now I'm touching B to A. The key here is then clamp your compass. Do not unclamp it. All right? And then to draw that, I'm just going to make a little mark like that. Now, this width is fixed. So no matter where I take it, no matter how I rotate it, I'm going to put the point of my compass down here on D. I'm going to go like this. And now I'm just going to make that same mark. And guess what? Right here, I have created a congruent segment. I'm playing with my tools too much, but you can see that right there. This segment here, and I'll put a little tick mark, is congruent to that segment there. That's how you do a congruent segment. Now, if you want to make a congruent angles are equally cool. Let me grab my compass as well. Let me move my picture out of the way. Let's get my picture out of the way. All right, let's scroll down here. What we're going to do here in this example is you can see I've got this angle LMN, and I want to make a congruent angle over here. Well, the first thing the directions say is start with a point. So we're going to call this point T and draw a ray. Using your straight edge from T, make a ray. Now, step 2. Step 2 is put the point of your compass on the vertex of the original angle. So it's right there. And then step 3 is you're going to draw an arc that crosses ray MN and ML. So I've just made a little arc. Now I'm going to go back here and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make another arc and make it nice and big to make sure that you've got more than enough room. See that? So I've got 2 arcs, and I know right off the bat that this length here, and we'll put it in green, this length here is the same as this length here, right? Now the next step is you're going to flip your compass around, and you're going to put it right at this intersection point, and you're going to bring it over. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to slide this width so it's exactly the width of your angle, wherever you marked that arc. And you're going to make another little mark there. I didn't like that at all. I'm going to put on my pen tool. We'll use green, of course. So right there I've got a little mark. Now I come over, I move my compass over here, I put it right on that point, and I make another little mark here. Right? And lo and behold, I'm almost done. The only thing left I have to do is, using my straight edge again, make a mark from here that goes right through that intersection. And now I know that LMN is congruent to angle T, or angle M is congruent to angle T. That's how you make a congruent angle, or copy an angle. All right, now that you're familiar with segments and angles, let's make the midpoint. So here we've got a little segment here, and actually this is a really easy process. What I want to do is find the exact midpoint of this segment, finding the perfect middle. Well, it's a lot easier than you think. Go ahead and put your compass on either end. It doesn't matter which end you put it on, but put the point of your compass on either end. Now, you're looking at this and you're probably thinking, that's more than halfway. That's right. You need to go a little bit more than halfway, or much more than halfway, but you have to go more than halfway. The key is to go more than halfway. And I'm saying, yeah, that's more than halfway. All right, I'm going to change colors. Yeah, we'll use green, and I'm going to make a mark. Now, this arc, I'm going to go way down and way up. All right. Then you're going to flip your compass around. Whoa, isn't that amazing? I love that. It's so cool. You're going to flip your compass around, and don't change the width. And you're going to put it on the other end, and you're going to do the same mark again. Now, will it just let me do it? I think it will. Survey says. I love it. So I've made 2 arcs. Well, what I know is the length from here to here is the same from here to here. So those 2 segments are congruent. Well, guess what? If I connect these 2 lines, just like that, that is the midpoint. And I know that this segment here, from the end to this point here, is the same as from this end to that one there. Anyone else notice anything interesting about this? You see anything interesting there? Well, we'll talk about that another time. The last thing I want to show you today in this video is how to bisect an angle. Again, very important concept. You're already familiar with making congruent angles, so let's just walk through this together. Here's my angle down here, again, first thing I need to do is put the point of the compass right there. And I'm going to change the color so it stands out nice and bright. You guys like red. No, you know what? You're probably ready for some purple. All right, so again, I'm going to make an arc. Step 1, make an arc. What do you know when you make an arc? Well, of course, that this segment here is congruent to that segment there. Very interesting. Now, you're going to flip your compass over. Let's move it up. Let's flip it over. And what you're going to do, and this is kind of the really cool part, you're going to take that compass and you're going to put it on one point. I like to start with the lower point here. And I'm going to change colors, because I know you guys love it when I change colors, so everything stands out really well. Right? And I'm going to slide this over like this. Now, the next step is to shrink this up so it is exactly the width. And we're going to call that exact enough. I'm limited by pixels. In real life, you are not limited. So, step 1, make an arc. Step 2, put the point of your compass on the intersection of the arc and one of the rays. Step 3, lock that width, and you're going to make a mark from there and an arc, and you're going to curve it out like that. Isn't that cool? Now, step 4, flip your compass over, but don't change the width. So now you're going to put that right back there on the intersection of the arc and the other ray. And step 5, I'm going to draw that one through like that. So again, I know that this length here is the same. And finally, using your straight edge from the vertex, make a ray directly through, and you have bisected this angle. I do think that's about one of the coolest things in the world. And this arc here is now, this angle there is congruent to that angle there. You have bisected that angle. I hope this helps. Watch it as often as you need. But you're going to be practicing this a lot. You're going to do it in class, and yeah, take it from there.